Welcome back, everybody. This isn't the traditional comic books, skits, or character bio videos that I normally do on my channel, but this is just a thing of ideas that I had for a Kane and Lynch game that I sent to Square Enix as a suggestion like a year and a half ago, but they never really replied or anything, not like I would have really expected them to. I mean, they are kind of a gaming company that is kind of busy most of the time. Anyway, there are just some things that I want to run down from Kane Lynch 1 and Kane Lynch 2. In a couple chapters in Kane and Lynch 1 Dead Men, it starts out with Kane in a police van, and Lynch is sitting right next to him. They're on their way to prison, but Lynch is saying, "Mr. Kane, cover your head." And then Kane's saying, "What'd you just say?" And he's like, "Just cover your head now." And then they crash out, and then Lynch grabs a police officer, takes a shotgun, and he cracks the police officer's neck. To make a long story short, they get into an epic gunfight, and then they work their way to a donut shop where they are eventually picked up and brought to this... I don't know where they were brought to, but it was just like this big construction area where a couple of people that Kane used to work with, the Seven, are abducting his family, saying, "You have such and such amount of days to get us our money back because you fucked us over and you ran with it all." And so a couple chapters later, in chapter 4, I think, they bring his wife and daughter to the construction site where they're forcing Kane to dig his own grave. And while they're doing that, Kane's actually just trying to give his last words to his family, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry that this had to happen. I didn't think they would come after you," and all this other type of stuff. So they kill his wife right in front of Kane, but his daughter manages to get away. And in chapter 5, chapter 3, I believe, Lynch actually has this medical condition where he blacks out and he gets extremely violent, where it causes him to go crazy and kill people. In this other chapter of the game, when they're trying to break into a prison to get a couple of their friends out to get back at the Seven for abducting Kane's daughter, because that happened in another chapter where they got abducted, got a hold of her. And, what was it? I actually forgot. Oh, yeah. While they're trying to get all these people to get back at the Seven out of prison, Lynch says that my wife died, but the person that they're trying to break out actually says, "You're working with Lynch, that psychopath? He killed his wife." And it's all because of that condition that he had that made him black out and everything. So there's that bit for Kane and Lynch 1, Dead Men. But now on to Kane and Lynch 2, Dog Days. In Kane and Lynch 2, Dog Days, they make references to Kane's daughter and everything, be like, "Oh, after everything she went through." But that's not really too important, though, so it's not a big deal or anything. Anyway, in one chapter, Lynch gets his girlfriend kidnapped and she gets killed. But they're running through this parking lot, and they go into this mall and go into the store where Kane is just running through there, but Lynch is sitting there on the ground crying because he's just devastated that his girlfriend got killed. Kane says he's sorry and says this was his last job, and after this he would go clean, but he had to do this last deal for his daughter. But I'm thinking, this is the idea that I submitted to Square Enix and EDO Studios. why don't you guys make a Kane and Lynch prequel explaining, like, how Kane got involved with the Seven and what he did that was so terribly bad that fucked them over with this huge thing of money anyway. Because Kane actually had to go through a lot to get that money back. He actually had to go to Tokyo and actually meet this one chick that he actually, like, you know, had a relationship with. I'm assuming this is before he met his wife. But yeah, he eventually kills this girl's father and steals his briefcase back. And then it's just this huge clusterfuck that goes to shit. But he actually does get his money back, but he still goes through this shit. But anyway, another long story short, why don't they explain how Kane got involved with the Seven and tell us, like, what did he do with his money? What did he do to these people that were so terribly bad? And how did his son die? Because he has a son, a daughter, and a wife. But in Kane Lynch Deadman, we never hear anything about how he has a son in the game. So, it's like, what happened to him? So pretty much just give the whole backstory of what happened to Kane before Kane Lynch Deadman, and tell us what happened with Lynch's wife, and what other episodes did he go through, and what kind of work did he do before he got involved with the Seven to abduct Kane and bring him to their organization. So pretty much, Ethos Studios and Square Enix given the consideration to make a Kane and Lynch pre-sequel that gives us the backstory between Kane and Lynch. Because, I mean, I don't know if you ever consider this, but you never really quite explain some of the things in your games that, like, you might not think is very important, but you don't know them. Like, there are a lot of things that could actually be kind of small in video games, but could actually tell a major story, though. So, not like you actually ever will, but if you actually do see this video, consider a pre-sequel to the game.